I'm Val Johnson. Thank you so much for joining me for Interludes Extra. Check us out and enjoy. Hey, Michael, what's up?
Hey, well, today must be Monday.
No, it's not Monday.
Is it Wednesday?
No, that would be our podcast release day, but no, that's not it either.
It's Wednesday, so today must be Tuesday. This is Talk on Tuesday. Interludes Extra with Valarie Johnson. Good day to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Michael. It's been interesting. We're at the end of July. Can you believe it? Like
Yes, I can.
halfway through the summer.
Yes. It feels like it. It seems like the summer was late in arriving, but now it's here, and it's here with all of its summerness. It's all happening all at once. Very busy week going on this week. Throughout the country, it's going to be really hot and
Yeah,
humid, pretty much wherever you are.
yeah.
Wherever you're
And
watching.
there's been fires that's been happening on the West Coast, and what's been happening is that the smoke from the fires from the West Coast has made their way to the Midwest and all the way as far east as New York.
Yeah, I
So,
saw that. I think you probably saw the same image I did of the city skyline, New York skyline
mhm.
that was hazy. It looked like there was smog there, the same kind of smog that I saw in Los Angeles last week. So
and
yeah, so
and
I've
you were
pretty much traveled along with this smoke going across the country. So I'm kind of like smoke this past week. I've seen
um,
it. That moon a few days ago was a reddish orange moon. I don't know if you got to catch
I got
that.
a chance to see that. I saw that in the skies here in Chicago, and I was thinking, I wonder what that's from, and it might be from the smoke as well.
Got to be
I
from
don't know.
something. I mean, it's here, and I mean, kind of looking at what some of the things that are going on right now. If you're probably by now you're seeing something that I want to kind of mention that I think
Mhm.
is something to kind of keep in mind. There's a way to manage oneself in a way uh, to deal with the pressure. And I gotta say, once again, Issa Rae is my role model. I mean, she is one of my role models. Yeah, I mean, of course, we have a gender difference, but other than that, I mean, the way she goes about things is the way
Okay.
that I want to go about things. When I grow up and be rich and famous, that's what I want to do. I want to go.
Wait a minute. What did she do that was so spectacular?
She's married. She got married this week.
I saw that on Instagram. I was
And
trying to figure that out.
you know who knew about it? No
Nope.
one. No one knew about it. She just decided to post pictures of this man, and she's in a Vera Wang wedding dress, and she's like, "This is somebody's husband." Well, it turns out that's her husband. Okay, the somebody's husband. Yeah, I know that's the most easy way to do it, right? I'm taking pictures with somebody's husband. Yeah, yours. Okay, I see you. So that was just like, okay, okay, no fanfare, no, no nothing. And it's not like she has been private. She's been on the covers of magazines for the last several months in promotion of the final season of Insecure. I mean, she's been public, but the way that she chose to be public is just one of those things that I don't think anybody can do. It also goes
Mhm.
back to one of my older role models, may he rest in peace, Prince seemed to
Right.
really handle the pressure of being a star, being in the public eye, and doing it at a very high rate. Two people that are really feeling the pressure right now are Simone Biles and
I
Naomi.
wanted to I wanted And
Hmm.
I wanted to mention that because that was a part of the breaking news on this morning was that Simone Biles
Yeah.
is not competing, and I
Well,
wanted
not exactly. Not exactly. So earlier today,
team. Hmm.
earlier this morning, what we found out with Simone Biles was that she was not going to compete in the women's gymnastics, the team
Team. That's
competition.
it.
So she had been ruled. Let me get the wording correctly because the
Okay.
wording is very revealing. She's physically fine. So physically she's fine, but she's done for the night. Now, as a result, now you won't know it by watching NBC because they're trying to get you to watch it. But the team already took silver. The team took silver
Right.
in team competition. Okay, they were heavily favored to win gold. Of course, that's with Simone Biles. She did not participate. They came in second. All right. Now,
Wow.
physically fine, but she's done. And they kept her out because of a medical issue. What does that what does it tell you? What does that mean to you?
That tells me, and I hate to think this, um, as of as of this morning, or as of yeah,
She's scheduled to compete in individual competition. You know, as
yeah.
what we
I believe I don't know. I feel like there might have been a COVID scare, but no one's saying anything about it. And I don't know if that's the case. I doubt it, but
oh, that ain't it.
okay. So what do you think it's it?
We read between we read between these lines. That's mental and emotional. That means there's something going on there.
Well,
Something.
I wanted to read what she posted on Instagram.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I got it too. Go right
And
ahead.
it wasn't an easy day or my best, but I got through it. I
Okay.
truly do feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders
Mm-hmm.
at times.
Okay.
I know I brush it off and make it seem like pressure doesn't affect me, but damn, sometimes it's hard. Ha 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 ha. I guess she's laughing. The
Mm-hmm.
Olympics is no joke, but I'm happy my family was able to be with me virtually. They mean the world to me. Now, I am going to make this comment. This goes back to me just kind of feeling like the Olympics possibly should have happened next year because a lot of these Olympic Olympians who are competing, they have their families cheering for them virtually, but they're not there physically. And I don't know if that makes a difference. In fact, I know that makes a difference when your family and friends and people that have been with you from the very beginning are there with you physically. It just makes a difference. And when you are expected to win like a Simone Biles, when you are expected to win like the tennis champion
Naomi Osaka.
Naomi, you just have that pressure, and you see what Naomi did. She was like, I got to take a break, and a lot of people gave her props for saying, I need a mental break because it's too much right now. So yeah, I see where you're going
And I
with
see
that with Simone.
the thing is with this with her is that we downplay this a lot,
Of course.
but with Simone Biles, women's gymnastics, that whole team was affected by Larry Nasser and what he did and what happened to them and the abuse that took place over
Yeah.
time. And the idea that you just shake that off. And now here, as you said, she's expected to win. It's not she's not part of the team anymore, like just a valuable member. She's
Hmm.
the she's got the unitard with the goat, on it. She put that on herself. She
Yeah.
knows what her status is. She's doing things a few months ago that no one had ever done in her sport. So she gets it. It's just that now you're at the Olympics, you win that gold medal, you know. So you either win or you don't. There's a lot of pressure there. Naomi
It is.
Osaka, I gotta tell you, another one of my new favorite young athletes for sure. I got sucked in. I went onto the Netflix and started watching the Naomi Osaka documentary.
Documentary. How was that, by the way?
It's produced by LeBron and Maverick,
All right.
okay, and it is very revealing in terms of who she is and what she's trying to do. She is, if you just very little bit of background on her, we kind of look at her in our country and say, oh, she's black. And that's not really, the full picture of who she is.
Exactly.
Her father is Haitian,
Mm-hmm.
Haiti Haitian, so not Haitian American. He from Haiti. Okay.
Okay.
For real.
Ça
Like,
passe?
you see what I'm saying? Okay.
Ça passe?
And her mom is Japanese
Yeah.
from Japan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't like a Barack Obama situation. Okay. This isn't
Mm-hmm.
like, some of the other folks that come up and we just label them generically black. I mean, she has two different countries that way into her heritage and she is representing. And the fact that the Olympics are in Japan and you watch this Netflix documentary well ahead of the Olympics. She was the face of the Olympics because I know that if you don't follow it, you kind of just assume things. I mean, she's playing for Japan. I mean, she's playing for
Yeah.
her country. That's the country she represents is
Yeah.
Japan. And as
Yeah.
the face of it, she was expected to win a gold medal. She also was defeated. She was defeated last night,
Yeah.
overnight, I guess.
Yeah.
So, she had a statement, talked about, be feeling sad about the fact that she didn't do as well, but happy to
Mm-hmm.
be there, to be, in Japan. And I mean, she lit the flame, right? She saw her with her braids on and she's
Yeah.
lighting the flame.
It
So,
was
I
it
mean,
was good to see her on that, and not to totally go off book, but Sports Illustrated has three covers out, and she is on one of them,
yes,
looking great. So I was just thinking, wow, we got three women of color that is on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, which is a big deal. So things are
yeah.
looking really bright for Naomi. I'm very sad that she didn't get a chance to continue to compete, but the pressure that it takes to be an Olympian, even no matter what country you're representing,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
a
I
lot
mean,
of pressure.
right, to be an Olympian. It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'll give some props to somebody that doesn't usually get some. Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony,
Okay.
I think, as we wrap up this Olympics and look back at what he was able to do with the
Mm-hmm.
USA basketball, it's going to
Yeah.
be, really understood how great he was, that he deferred. I mean, that's somebody that could have scored like 50 points every night if he really wanted to. But
Mm-hmm.
he didn't. And as a result, the team won. This USA basketball team right now, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there. I've tried to watch their game, and I think we were talking about it yesterday. We saw them
Yeah.
collapse against who was that? Collapse
France.
against France. Man, I thought I was
Yeah.
watching the Bulls or Knicks game. Wow, it's just like all of a sudden you're heading in. Then what happened? Like last 5 minutes, what happened?
Yeah.
Watch,
I
you
was wondering that as well.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just like, yeah, that was felt like watching the NBA game in a bad sense. Like, oh, this team's about to collapse. Oh, they're it's like, no, they're here. They're here. Nope. Nope, they're not.
Yeah.
There's no more
So
time. Like, goodness.
I'm wondering, do they go on, even though they lost to France, do they go on, or is that it for them?
No, they go on.
Oh,
I mean,
good.
I think at this point, my understanding is they have to win out. to make it to a medal round, they would have to win out. So
Okay.
that's not guaranteed. I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't. The world has caught up with the U.S. in this sport and in other places. It's not like it used to be. It's not like
Yeah.
watching the Dream Team and we could put, Jordan, Magic, Bird, Stockton, Malone out there, Pippen, and go like, okay, go get your medal. It's not like
It's
that.
it's it's, it's not that simple because there are
Yeah,
talented athletes all over the world, and some that come from America that play on those teams.
yeah, they
So it
represent their country. They play in the NBA, but they
mm-hmm.
are from another country, like Luca. I mean,
Right.
the pride of Dallas. I mean, he is, repping his country, strong,
Mm-hmm.
put up 44 points in this game. So
Good.
they're, Naomi Osaka, who, we think of as this great, from California, where she, developed as a young tennis star, but she's repping Japan. I mean, there's like the talent. Even if you're in the country, that doesn't mean you're representing the country. It's not like it used to be where, well, I got to play for America. I really got to, people are coming from everywhere. I mean, the world is big and wide. It's not the 50s anymore, Don't let the red
Right.
hats fool you. It's a different world, where we come from.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds like a TV show. But anyway, anyway, you did some travel, I think,
I
to the
did.
West Coast.
Yeah, I did. I got to a family and had
Hmm.
a really good, I guess, vacation, but also just a time to kind of make sure the bonds stay strong with family as we kind of are spread out throughout the states.
Yeah.
But one thing I will mention that was two things I'll mention. Um,
Okay.
I think that was the first time that I have been to Disneyland that I remember.
Really?
I've been there before as a kid, but it's been so long ago. I hadn't didn't really have the same memory, and of course, it's not the same as it is today. It's just
Exactly. Yeah.
unbelievable. I've never walked so much before. I felt like chafing in my thighs, and I was winded. I had to sit down. It was just like crazy. The place
Yeah.
is huge. Even on a weekday post
Hmm.
COVID, it's still like busy. People everywhere. You know,
Did
uh,
they enforce the mask policy or no?
Absolutely, yeah. So
Okay.
California, in the LA and LA surrounding counties are enforcing the mask, wearing a mask, vaccinated or not vaccinated in public.
Okay.
So they are doing that. They've had to do
Okay.
that based on the results that they're receiving. So we
Hmm.
were in Manhattan Beach, and
Oh.
thing in Manhattan Beach was in the news this past week, the last 2 weeks. If you
Oh.
follow some reports about California, or even watch, I think, like, was it last week, this week with John Oliver, the John Oliver show
Yeah.
on
Hmm.
HBO. The
HBO.
story about Manhattan Beach, how a big section of the beach had been owned by this family named Bruce, the Bruce family, who were
Okay.
African American.
Hmm.
And they owned part of this pretty much resort luxury beach. And they had the place there for many decades. And then the Klan came in and tried to like scare them away. It did not work. But the city, the city of Manhattan Beach came in and it did some now very clearly illegal moves to enforce eminent domain and took the
What?
land away from them. And Now, in retrospect, the city has issued a statement saying that they were wrong in doing that, that they should not have done that.
Mm-hmm.
That was not,
Mm-hmm.
represents who they are as people, because that was clearly racist what happened.
Mm-hmm.
The LA County has said that they're working out plans to either one, return or restore the land back to the family, or get them what the land would be worth today. And what the land would be worth today is $20 million.
Oh my.
This particular area, Manhattan Beach. I mean, this is like tourists have it. I mean, it's beautiful. Surfing, there's some surfing that happens there. There's just this vibrant, community, but it's about 0.5% African American. So in terms of running the Bruces away, which they tried to do, they tried to, over time, they say that they're not not a, race. They're not functioning on looking at race, but there ain't a lot of people of color there. When I ran into some of
Oh.
them working in jobs and such, but in terms of living there, you didn't see a whole lot. Okay, um, but
Did
it
you
has its.
enjoy what did you but did you enjoy besides all of that you were
Oh
letting
yeah,
us know
oh yeah.
about?
No, I've been
Did
there
you enjoy
before.
yourself?
It's a pretty
Mm-hmm.
place. I mean, it's. But what I really liked about it is just to go there and look around, because I think sometimes as African Americans we gotta go back and kind of reclaim our history.
Of course.
There's a history
Mm-hmm.
there. It was called Bruce's Beach, and there
Okay.
is this big monument, like piece of art that the city stuck up there several years ago, saying that, proclaiming that this is Bruce's Beach. The thing is, they not too quick in giving Bruce family back that part of the beach, but they'll put up artwork saying that they'll rep them, but they won't give them the thing. That's just kind of like saying like, yeah, slavery was bad, but reparations, nah, I'm
Nah,
not
we're
sure
not
about
gonna do
that
that.
one. But I'll say that I bet them people would be sorry, but I ain't gonna say I'm sorry because I wasn't part of it. I wasn't alive. No, but you're benefiting from it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, so I just mentioned that because I think that sometimes that there are communities like that on the West Coast as well as on the East Coast. There are
Mm-hmm.
whole beaches and swimming communities and beach communities that were African American that got taken away and got either integrated to the point that they lost their history, or they were physically claimed by others. And we really should be reclaiming those things, those places. And it was fun and sunny.
So you had your fun in the sun with your family. So that is really good to hear
Yeah, I
that you
mean, you
did.
had the fun and sun, but I do like it. I mean, even if it's in a passive way, I do want to, express who I am and what my values are if I can. So I'm just trying to do that.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, for the podcast that we have coming up on tomorrow, we are talking filmmaking.
Yeah, yeah,
Exciting.
it is. I think it is. I mean, here, let's ask. Let me ask you, what do you see the kinds of films out now that you would want to make?
Yes and no. It's kind
Okay,
of a mixture of both. I do see some films that now I would love to do an action film, but I'd like for it to have some kind of story. But
a
just
good
the
powder milkshake.
I don't know. I don't know, just powder milkshake.
Check
You
it out.
funny.
That's a good one. It's on Netflix. Go Powder Milkshake.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I was
women's action movie. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and there's another action film on Amazon called Jolt. That looks pretty interesting, and Kate Beckinsale from the Vampire
Underworld. Yeah.
Underworld series is the lead actress on that one. So it's always good to see women and people of color that are in front of the
You
camera.
want to make
And
an action movie?
I'm just saying that I
Kung
I
Fu.
I think about it, but not right now. Not right now. Not right now. I want to
Nah,
tell
right. Yeah.
not right now, but I want to tell some good stories. When I think about um, the films from the late '80s and early '90s, and I'm able to kind of pinpoint what inspired me. First off, was Julie Dash's Daughters of the Dust, and I just thought we look rhythmically beautiful in that film.
Yeah.
And it was a story that I didn't know about, and I was thinking, yeah, I want to make a film like that. That'd be great.
Well, I mean, I feel the same way about Daughters of the Dust. I think that's one of the films that I would point to as something that made me interested in film. I remember my
Hmm.
mom taking me to see Daughters of the Dust. It wasn't in wide release at the time. It was playing, I think, in conjunction with the Art Institute of Chicago, and got to go to a screening, and she was there. And to hear, Miss Dash talk about the film that she made, it was pretty amazing and something I certainly have, thought about. And, it's a motivation. It's a movie that I've seen now get some more love over the years. I think Turner Movie Classics featured it maybe about within the last year. I believe that was Ava DuVernay was there with Turner Movie Classics, and they featured Daughters of the Dust and kind of what that movie represented, the whole history, the beauty of it, and you contrast that at a time when many African American movies were these urban crime grind dramas, and to what she was doing. That was like being on another world,
Yeah,
but still part of our history.
yeah, a dichotomy of films, and being just a person that's a fan of seeing black life represented, depending on what the topic is. It's been it's been good to see the representation, but I feel like, hey, I'd like to have something come out for us, and for us by us. I want me and you to do a FUBU situation where we produce it, we come up with it, and we get it out. And I want to represent Chicago. I feel Love Jones represented Chicago very well.
Mm-hmm.
It made me proud to be a part of Chicago. In the same way
Yeah.
of looking at Soul Food, the movie, not the series. The series was unfortunately shot in Canada, trying to represent Chicago, but I'm not gonna get in on that. But yeah, so we have an untitled project that we would like to get going,
Untitled X.
and what are we calling it? Untitled X?
Untitled X. Yeah.
Untitled X.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about that. And, you know, I definitely want to get your feedback on what you think. And I'm referring to our audience, your favorite films, the films that made you, I don't know, just happy when you saw them, or you were like, you know what, this represented me very well. And
Yeah. I
it could
mean,
be any type of film. Yeah, but
and
we
Love
definitely
Jones,
want
of
to do that.
course. We talked about that, and we'll
Hmm.
get into Love Jones a little bit more over the next couple of weeks. We do have planned a podcast with one of the cast members of that really,
Yeah.
was historic to me movie, Love Jones. I mean, that made one of the biggest impacts. That was the first time I really felt like I was on screen.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Boys in the Hood in a space where there were people from high schools from all over the country, African Americans from all over the country, and there was a section of students there from Los Angeles and from South Central, and when they showed that movie, they went crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
just the idea that they saw something that represented themselves was,
Right.
really like I'm sure resonated. I didn't see that until Love Jones. I didn't see anything that's the closest I've seen to myself on screen, and I can't, I struggle to think of other examples because that was it. That was
Yeah.
it for me.
And with the the recent film that came out, In the Heights, there were a lot of people from Manhattan, from that section of Manhattan, that said I didn't see films that represented our culture from the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. I didn't see us represented well until I saw In the Heights. And then of course there was kind of that controversy of we want to see more Afro Cubans and Afro
Mm.
Puerto Ricans
It's
represented.
not
So
more
that
like
was
this
kind of
and
the
less of that. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So kind of that pushback, but it's the fight. Representation matters, and people want to see their culture, their lives, their their what they come from on screen, and it'll be fun to see what the process is. Andre, if you're watching, thank you so much for giving me an early advisory on things, and
Blaze,
yay, so we'll be talking.
Blaze,
Yes, Mr. Wisdom, and
Blaze.
Mr. Blaze. But anyway, Michael, what's your name?
Well, my name is not Simone Biles nor Naomi Osaka. And unfortunately, it's not Valarie Johnson, but your name is Valarie Johnson because this has been Interludes Extra with Valarie Johnson.
Thank you so much for joining us on tonight, guys.
Have a good night.
Peace.
Good night.
Thank you for watching the Interludes Extra. Please like and subscribe to Interludes, our YouTube channel. I'm Val Johnson. Take care.